What's up guys, Marcos here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 30 tweaks that I have on my iPhone, which is jailbroken on iOS 13.5. Let's go. So as a quick disclaimer, I'm jailbroken on iOS 13.5, so the tweaks I'll show you are mainly all of them only work with iOS 13 to 13.5. For the first tweak, we have a tweak called Better Widgets, which you can see here, allows you to customize your widget page here to pretty much however you like. And you can see if you look through all the settings here, you can have them always expanded. If you want square widgets, or if you just go through all of these, there's a whole ton of settings to customize your widgets to however you like. And it's a pretty nice tweak, and I've liked it. It's one of those tweaks where I've installed, set it up, and completely forgot about it, and it just makes the phone look way cleaner. This next tweak is another tweak that I really love. It's called Blanca, and basically what it does is make your notifications into a leaf style notification. And as you can see here on the edges, it just makes them to a point on opposite sides, and I think it looks really clean. And here you can play with the settings and see, like here it says leaf style for your notifications. I only have it for my notifications and widgets. I don't have it for the dock and the media player. And here you could like customize a whole ton of things about your notifications, which obviously you can't do if you don't have this tweak. So this next tweak is one of the simpler tweaks. This tweak is called BlankIcons, and basically all it does is create blank icons on your home screen. So here you can choose the number of icons, and then obviously on the home screen you have these blank icons, which you tap on them, they do nothing, but they're there. See, if I edit the home screen, you can see you could delete them. And what's also cool about these, if you go ahead and change the wallpaper, they also change with your wallpaper, so you don't have to like reset it every time you change your wallpaper. So by now you might have noticed that my app layout is slightly different, and that is largely due to two tweaks. The first one being Boxy 4. So what Boxy 4 does is allow you to rearrange your icons however you want. Here you can add padding on both sides and just basically move the icons around. I'm not going to change mine because then I have to go ahead and like re-put in all these numbers, and it's not the easiest to get them on numbers, which is one complaint I've had about this. The sliders are not great, they're way too sensitive. But what you can do is just add like padding on both sides. As you can see here, like there's like padding between the app and the side of the phone. Let's see if that focuses. So you can add more or less. Same thing for the bottom too, here or the top. And that's basically all this tweak Boxy 4 does. Now the second tweak that changes the app layout is a tweak called Central. You might notice that these three icons down here are centralized on the screen, so it makes it look more even. So that's basically all this one does. If you have an odd amount of icons on the bottom of any row, it will basically centralize it and make it look much cleaner than if you just had an offset, like 3 apps offset to the left. So this next tweak is called ColorFlow 5, and it's a pretty simple tweak. Basically all it does is color the background of any of your music apps, whether that be the music or even works on the lock screen or the Spotify app. And all it does is take the colors of the album art and put it in the background. It looks pretty nice. So for example, here the Spotify, it takes the blue from the album art, makes it into a background. Here, if you go to a different song, say here, it takes it looks pretty nice instead of having, you know, a standard background for either your music app or Spotify. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite tweaks called Complications, and it's a rather simple tweak, but it's just beautiful. So this tweak, what it does is add these Apple Watch complication-esque things to your lock screen. So here I have the Spotify app. If I click that, it's going to open Spotify. Here I have Cydia. If I click that, open up Cydia. And you can add basically, since I only have 2 apps there, but you can add whatever you want. Here, if you look through this, you can see all the different things, like the Apple Watch complications. You have, if you want to see the weather, the temperature, boom, temperature. a whole ton of things. And then obviously, like you saw, you can choose whatever apps you have, which is very nice. And you could change the location, which is why I have it on the left side here. You could change the location, number of rows, number of columns. It's great. Now the next tweak is quite an old one named Cylinder. A lot of you will recognize it. It basically allows you to change the animation when swiping between home pages. And this is a simple one I have, like zoom in and out like that. But you could change it to whatever you want. If you go here to Cylinder, you go to effects. Right now I have the effect zoom and fade alternate down here. You can choose literally anything. Let's choose a random one. Hard vertical. See, look at that, it flips. And there are a whole ton of effects that you can go through with Cylinder, which makes it a great tweak, a great simple tweak. Dark keys is another really simple tweak, and if you go into the settings here, there's only one button to enable it. And all it does is take the dark mode keyboard and apply it everywhere in iOS, no matter if you're on dark mode or light mode. So here, keyboard is in dark, which looks so much better than the white keyboard. I don't understand, I never liked light mode. I feel like it always burned my eyes out, but some people still do, so this tweak isn't for them. But if you love dark mode, then go ahead, get this tweak. Get this tweak. You'll have a dark mode keyboard permanently. This next tweak called Dayn basically changes the entire look of a notification when you get a notification. And I think it looks pretty nice compared to the stock notification. So here are the settings. Obviously, you could change a whole ton of things with appearance, but just so you guys can see what it looks like, here's a test banner. So here you can see on the top here, it looks very nice. It's just test notification. You could swipe up, or it goes up when it's done like a normal notification. It's another one you could swipe down if you want to reply anything, like, I don't know, hello. And with that, they give you a whole ton of customization features. Like I said before, you can change the appearance, the font settings, or anything else pretty much here. You can even put in profile pictures, show profile pictures for people if you get a text or anything. This next tweak is another great tweak called Dotto Plus, and basically all it does is replace the notification circle with a tiny little circle that's color coded to the icon, which is great because nobody likes those red ugly notification bubbles. And we can see in the settings for Dotto Plus, you can change it between regular dots like this, as you can see here, or Dotto O's as they call them, which is basically just a circle with no fill-in. I like these better. And you could also change the color to whatever color you want, or you can use an adaptive color, which means it'll be the same color as the icon it's on. This next tweak is a tweak called Folded, which basically allows you to change anything you want about your folders on your iOS device. So here, obviously, you see the settings to change everything. This is how I have mine set up. So I removed the background, and I also spaced out the icons a little more than usual. And here, it looks like you can't see the folder. It's completely hidden, and that you could change with the tweak Folded here. You could change the layout of the icons, which I did, the frame, the icon itself, which I did, the appearance, the title, and a whole ton of variety of things, which I can't go over in this video. But if you want to change up your folders, then this is definitely the tweak to do it. So this next tweak is a simple tweak called Gump, and all it does is allow the now playing app, say if you're listening to music on the music app or Spotify, to play through a respring when you respring your device, instead of cutting out like it usually does. It's a simple tweak. It's very useful. You forget about it after a while, but if you're installing tweaks or have to respring for any reason, you're listening to music, your music won't cut out and you'll be all good. Now this next tweak is named HomeBarSizer, and it's again a very simple tweak. It basically says what it does in the name. It resizes this bar down here. So usually this bar is way longer. Let's say, look, you have to respring to see the changes, but let's make it really long, I guess. Respring the device, let's see. Oh, now I have a ginormous home bar at the bottom. So if you want a tweak that allows you to change the height and width of the home bar at the bottom of your phone, then HomeBarSizer is definitely the tweak you should get for that. Kalm is a tweak that allows you to change the entire clock widget on your lock screen. So as you can see here, I have the clock is all the way on the left side here, along with the date and even the weather at the top, which Kalm allows you to do. And here you could go through a variety of things. You could get a default appearance, a compact appearance, or a large appearance, which is what I have. You could also change the colors, the fonts, date format. So this tweak is one of the good tweaks to change up the boring Apple lock screen. Kill Background 13 is a very useful tweak in that when you go to your app switcher, usually you have to swipe up a whole ton of different apps one by one but to close them out. But with Kill Background 13, all you have to do is swipe down, kill all apps, and you're done. That's pretty much it, but it's so useful. This next tweak is called LastLook, and it's a great tweak. It does exactly what it says. It gives you a last look at the time. Every now and then you find yourself turning off your phone, and then you realize, oh shoot, I didn't look at the time, and then you have to turn it back on. What this one does is, here, if you're doing whatever you're doing on your phone, shut it off, shows you time, and fades out. And as you can see, it's also compatible with complications, so those will stay on too. So this next tweak is called PencilChargingIndicator, and it's one of my favorites, like actually. It's just so clean. It doesn't do much, but just add that nice Apple Pencil indicator from the iPad whenever you plug in your device. So here, I'll plug it in and you'll see at the top. But this is a very simple tweak. They give you a couple options to change it up, light or dark. That's pretty much it. This next tweak is called Pigment, and basically what it does is just add a pigment to your notifications in your lock screen or notification center. So if I go to my notification center here, there's a slight blue pigment on the Twitter ones, red on YouTube and whatever. And here you can change the vibrance. So if I went like that, you can really see the colors on each one. And if you put it down more, it'll be less noticeable. I don't know if you picked that up on the camera or not. Yeah, it picks it up on the camera. So yeah, that's Pigment. So this next tweak is called Powercuff, and basically all it does is throttle your phone's performance, but to get better battery life. Obviously you wouldn't want your phone's performance to be throttled because then it'll run slower, but it does improve battery life by a significant margin, which here you have different options. You have no throttling, nominal throttling, which basically doesn't do anything, light throttling, which is good, moderate, and heavy. Heavy makes your phone run like it's an iPhone 2G, and it's extremely slow, so I wouldn't recommend it. I stay on light, and it improves the battery life a decent amount while also keeping the phone. It doesn't feel slow or anything. The phone feels completely fine. This next tweak is called Prysm, and what it does is basically reorganize your entire control center. So swiping down from the top, here you can see that there are a whole ton of widgets that you could add, such as the weather widget, and it changes the entire layout of the control center, and I think it looks way better than the original control center. In the settings here, you can see there's a whole ton of different options to change stuff. The interface, the modules, and this is a great, if you're tired of the regular stock control center that Apple has, this is a great tweak to change that completely. This tweak is called Shortmoji, and what it does is basically add emojis and or shortcuts to the blank space below your keyboard. And I think it's very useful especially for emojis. So instead of having to press this, you just get your most frequently used emojis down here. So with the tweak Shuffle, you can change up your preferences in the settings app to allow you to have these three at the top: tweaks, apps, and system apps. Normally, you would have to go scroll down to see your apps and tweaks, but with this one, you just get all your tweaks here, all your apps here, all your system apps here, and that's it. Simple tweak, very effective. ShyLabels is another great tweak, which this basically allows you to hide the labels on your apps, but also make them visible when you swipe. So you see? all the app names are visible for about half a second before they disappear, which is very useful, especially since I have these invisible folders right here. So I can easily scroll by, see what they are for half a second, and then they go invisible again to make the screen look a lot cleaner. This tweak named Sylph allows you to change the music widget on your lock screen to a much smaller and nicer looking widget. So here you can see if I play music, I have music playing. If I go to my lock screen, it makes the widget much more smaller and looks way nicer in my opinion. And that's pretty much all it does, but it's leagues better than the huge clunky regular music widget you get with iPhones. This tweak called TapTapTipTapTime, I may try to mess that up, is quite a hidden tweak. You don't see it at first, but if you tap the time up here, changes to the date. Boom, that's literally all it does. It's a nice small hidden tweak, but yeah, what a name. So the next tweak is Tighten, and Tighten is a relatively simple tweak. All it does is allow picture-in-picture mode on iPhones, which picture-in-picture is already included on iPads, but is not included on iPhones. So all this tweak does is enable that on iPhones. And here, as you can see here, if I play a video and I get out of the video, it's still playing down here. Shout out to MKBHD. Okay, so for the last tweak that I have on this list, it's a tweak called VolumePercent. And all it does is add a volume percent, a percent to your volume. There we go. Like that, which you can see here. When you change the volume, it gives you a percentage, 100%. Go to it. Very simple tweak, but it's also nice to know what percent volume you're at. And that's it. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm assuming this is going to be a long video, but if you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, leave some comments if you see any other tweaks on my phone that you're interested in that I didn't mention, because I did not go through every tweak on my phone because that would take forever. And thank you, and see you in the next one. Peace.